Hello, and this is video number two, Raf Espinoza again with Tanasi Enterprises. And we're going to go into a little bit more of something real, a case study to analyze change. And what we covered before in the video number one was basically what change is moving from a current state to a future state and going to a transition state. We're going to use the same process basically that doesn't change too much, no matter what the change is. And now what we're going to do is that we're going to work with a case just short. It's going to be at what happens as we move from working from home, like we've been doing with COVID, back to the office into a hybrid model. Perhaps, some people will be at home, some people will be in the office, maybe different days people will take turns. It can be a combination of things. We don't know. And we're going to use is called a SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So here it is our states that we talked before. Now I changed the order because what we're going to do is start with the current state and we're going to analyze it on the future state and then draw some conclusions. So first we look at the current state and we say, okay, what were the strengths of working from home? Well, employees were more available, basically, and sometimes too available. If you were working from home, you know that they will contact you off hours sometimes. There was an increase in productivity. People were working more, producing more, and also there was an improvement on the technical and communication skill. People learned how to use Zoom, how to use a VPN in some instances, how to use the cloud, how to use Microsoft Teams. Office 365. So there was a lot of improvement on that. But there were some weaknesses, workplace disconnects, like people don't get together, you don't have the same dynamics. There was a home office cost, and basically that was there, wasted. People weren't there, but you were paying for rent sometimes paying for the space, for a building. Increased isolation, definitely people were more isolated at home. And there was a disproportion between work life and, it's like people were sometimes dealing with the kids, the children, and work. So, what about the future state? Well, there are opportunities. There might be a reduced cost of operations, the office space, and maybe you don't need the whole building. Maybe you need a few offices. Maybe you will rent the space. Also, there is a redefinition of collaboration. Maybe you can have a hybrid model. Some people might meet in the office and connect with people at home. There's going to be a different way for scheduling. Your projects, your routine is going to be scheduled in a different way. And for people, the prioritization between work and family will be more easily handled. Maybe they don't need to take the whole day off. Maybe they work from home, and that way they don't have to take a day off. But there are threats, working from home. Definitely there is more chance of cybersecurity, if people are using the laptops at home, or the computers, there might be some attacks. There is going to be more difficulty maintaining productivity routines, how do you make sure that people synchronize the ones that are working from home, the ones that are working in the office? And there is going to be an increase in potentially on people isolation. If you tell them that they have to work from home, maybe some people will get isolated with that. So you have to have sensitivities here. But what it helps us is in the transition state to we identify possible resistance from people that are not willing to go back to the office. There might be a scope change. Maybe we learn that maybe we need some people to work at home and in the office a different schedule. We know the audience better because we're going to be able to understand who is where, in terms of their preferences. We're going to be able to classify them maybe because of that knowledge into home, hybrid, or office. So maybe some people are more comfortable working in the office. They need a human contact. There are going to be pitfalls of implementation. Maybe now we need to be more flexible in the implementation. So there is going to be a lot of learning from this. And we also want to consider more the emotional intelligence of driving decisions, taking into account the people and how they feel about it. So this is the second video, so thank you so much. I hope that this is helpful to you. This is a simplified model. Obviously, there is more complexity to this, and we do that with our clients, but we wanted to present something that will be helpful to you, from the beginning in terms of change management and organizational change management. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.